Okay, guys, at this point, um, I've put in maybe 8 gallons or so, and my gas needle went up to more than a half tank now. I'm gonna show you guys too. Um, I put in, almost two of those 5 gallons bottle gas, and my gas went up to like more than a half tank right now. So basically, it should crank, but it does the same thing, guys. I put in the car trying to crank it up. Um, Might as well. I might have to show you guys because some of you guys might know what's the problem by seeing, looking to what I'm doing with my car here. Okay, so I got the gas in. Okay, and of course the gasoline, the gas cap is tight. Okay, everything is tight. So I tap a little bit on the starter too, but that doesn't help. Battery is on. So I'm going in my car, put on my key, turn it on. You hear the beep there? I'm gonna kick the clutch all the way in, and look what happened when I turn the key on. All the lights goes on, right? Just like normal. And when I crank it, this is what I hear. A click from my starter relay, which is right there, okay? That is a starter relay, okay? And it's clicking from that relay. I already know that's what it is. It's not the other relay. It's the starter relay that's clicking. So I don't know if that's normal. I think that was normal because the starter relay is clicking. Also, I hear another noise down here somewhere. You hear that? It's down here nearby the fuel box right there. I don't know where is that noise coming from, but I would diagnose and listen to it like closely later on or tomorrow or so. But I hear when I turn on the key from the beginning, I hear the gas pumping, the gas fuel line is pumping to the back of my fuel pump. So I hear that, hear this. It's like noise, like it's pumping gas toward my fuel pump. So yes, my fuel pump is pretty much working. So I don't know if I should, take out the back seat and tap the fuel pump or whatever to see if it works, but I doubt it's the fuel pump too. So at this point, I'm clueless, guys, and my gas going up to like almost full too, and I can't start it. I mean, all I'm getting is some lights and the clicking relay noise from the starter relay noise, the clicking from the starter relay, and another click down here. I don't know what that is. I mean, and I need to check these fuse inside here too, see if anything works or not. And I've already checked the fuse box underneath the hood already. Nothing seems bad or anything. One of these fuse down here might be bad. I just gotta double check it by tomorrow or so uh, with the fuse checker. But at this point, I'm like clueless, guys. If you know what could be happening, let me know, okay? Leave some comments and all that in these videos, okay, guys? I do need to find out what's the problem. I need you guys to comment, and you know, I need some comments and some of y'all home mechanic or any mechanic out there that's familiar with this problem. Please let me know because I'm learning too, just like everybody else. And at this point, it could be several things, okay? And I'm not just talking about sensor. It could be any sensor, okay? Um, and it could be the starter that's going bad, which I will have to take it out by next week or so. But the very first thing I can do now is the gas thing is already solved. That problem is already solved. The next thing about the gas is about the EGR. If I need to clean it, clean the throttle body or whatever on the EGR ends for the gas. If not, then that's it for the gas part. The next part will be the battery. I'm gonna have to take care of that battery by Monday to see if I can get another battery or so, and install it back on. See if that's gonna work. Start it up. If not, the very next thing I would have to do is probably take out my back seat and tap on the fuel pump and check on it and see what happened. And then of course, uh, but that's not necessary. And then of course, I'm gonna have to listen to the noise down here. Like I say, there's another noise down there that's making that noise, and check all the fuels and see what happened. Another thing is before I had my sunroof out and the window was down and the rain, it was kind of like rain hard too, and the water went into my car and everything. It's got wet, and it happened like this like once in a while thing if I forgot to close my sunroof and all that, and water is just draining down to my car like all over this place too. I wonder if that's gonna corrode my wire and all that. I know it's a bad thing, to have water going to my inside my car like that. It was flooding and all that too. It's just once in a while thing. But after that, it started up great. It's running good, great too. But I never know. You never know. Over the time, it might be corroded on some of the wire or whatever. It might get into the dash wiring and all that. Um, get into the steering wheel column wires and get corroded inside. I don't know. I mean, hard rain gets into my car, and that's what I'm worrying about. It could be that. And the very next thing I will have to look into is just that starter, you know. And of course, when I take out my starter to have them check at AutoZone or so and see what happened after that, if it's not the starter and if it's not the battery, then it's got to be the alternator or any other wires that get corroded. I have to take them all out and check and see what's corroded or not, and have it in place and everything, organize it good, well, another thing is about the starter here. It's supposed to have, I supposed to have a heat shield back here. There's an inside heat shield, but I never installed that. I don't know if that's gonna damage my starter over the time. It's getting too hot from the header. I do have the outside shield, but I didn't install the inside shield, so I don't know if that's gonna messed up my starter over the time that I've been driving or not. Please give me some comments on it. And it could be the throttle body is too dirty inside. I need to clean it. And it could be some of the sensor. You know what I mean? The relay or the sensor around the engine here, like some of this sensor here, around the throttle body. Could be the fuel relay sensor or the IAC, whatever. I don't know. It could be a air sensor or a fuel sensor or any of the sensor around the engine. It could be the camshaft sensor. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think of what you hear and see. My car, because I already let you see it and hear it, and that's what it is. It won't crank. It won't turn over. The only thing I see is lights and those clicking from the relays, and that's about it. I hear the fuel lines going to the fuel pump. I hear all that. Um, Before that, I recently changed my. I did a tune-up and I changed my timing belt. I mean, not timing belt. I changed my separating belt. I don't use my AC belt anymore, so I made a short belt. I replaced a short belt for the power steering to the crank, and alternator belt is still the same thing. So that's the only two belts I'm running for the separating belts. I don't know if that's gonna be a problem. I don't think so, because I've been driving after that too, and nothing happened. It's run like a champ after I changed those belts. It could not be anything else besides the starter that I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It could be the starter, or one of the harness wire or the battery wire, it's gone bad or it's corroded, or it could be any sensor. And another thing about the sensor, it could be the transmission speed sensor on the transmission, the speed sensor. That's what's causing my car. Uh, you know, the odometer is not reading the whole time. Ever since I rebuilt it, and everyone told me I need to replace that speed sensor on my transmission. That's what's causing the odometer to not reading or jumping or running or anything like that. It could be that over the time, and now it's dying, and now it's not starting. It could be that sensor alone, but I'm not pretty sure. If worse and worse, I'm gonna have to tow this Eclipse to the dealership, to the Mitsubishi dealership, and have them do overall checking and all of that. Cause you know, by that time, I'm pretty much gonna give up. But another thing I want you guys to know is, you know, don't have street mechanic install your engine for you like I did, and I regret it because it could be that. That's why my engine motor is not cranking up or is not running at this point because of that. Having street mechanic work on my car engine, and guess what happened after 6 months or a year? It's dying. Just like I hear a story about that too. Having bad mechanics rebuilding your engine or replacing then after a year or so, it's pretty much dying for no reason. So it could be anything. It could be that they installed the clutch wrong, or the cylinder head was not probably. Everything is like like I bought the head differently, and the block I have it done differently with a different machine shop. Everything pretty much have it done differently. I have street mechanic to put my engine over, together. So that's a separate thing. Everything is pretty much done separately. Not with the same mechanic doing, put my engine back together. I did some, the machine shop mechanic did some, and the street mechanic, put it together some. And I mean, it's pretty much, and it's not really done either. It needs to clean, like throttle body and all that. It needs to do a full cleaning, and not all of the parts is new. So you know some other parts is old too. And I'm just pretty much reuse, the same hose and the same lines and the same harness wire all over again. So I don't know. It could be anything really at this point. It could be this CPU is going bad too. I mean, and the wiring, because the water came in. I don't know. It could be a lot of things. At this point, I'm like clueless, guys. So the next thing I will do is have my battery check at the battery place. After that, um, I'm gonna have to check with the starter, I think, and then with the wiring, check for corrosion, clean up, and all that before I even bring it to the dealership, because I know it's gonna be a pain to bring it to the dealership because I have to like tow this car to the dealership, have them check, charge me another 200 or so to check that, and it's pretty much like, after that it's pretty much like junk to me. I mean, after I've done rebuild, it's running like a champ and parked for a while, and this is what happened, guys. So I'm gonna have to lower it too because it's already rise up from the back. So I'm gonna lower it and then try to crank it up again. And oh yeah, another thing is I'm pretty sure it might can run again and cranked up again by having jump start and push it, because it's an automatic. I mean, this is a manual car. It's a 5 speed. So if I have it down there at the street somewhere and have 3 people to push it and then jump crank it, start it like that, it might work. It might run. I don't know. But I don't know, guys. I'm kind of give up at this point. I mean, I'm thinking hopefully it's just, the starter teeth is not into the clutch and the starter is going bad. That's why it won't crank up. I'm just hope it's that. Other than that, if it won't crank or turn over, it could be like the crank go bad or inside the motor is bad or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell at this point. It could be anything now. um, All right, guys, just want to update what happened to my 98 Eclipse after it's driving for like a year after the rebuild, and it's pretty much dead now, guys. Like after I put more gasoline, fill up the tank and all that, and I'm not giving up yet because there's still chances. Because I have to take the battery uh, on Monday. I have to take the battery to the battery place, have it checked, and we'll see what happened after that. All right, guys, it's been a long videos. It's like part 4 already, part 5. I don't know. But yeah, guys, it is what it is, and I'm just updating my 98 Eclipse uh, that's dead right now. All right, guys, see you in my next video.